Hello, this is a demo of the second agent in my exploration of alternative substrates for agents other than the now classic read, write, and bash. The previous one was image based, so it had access to images, image tools, and document tools. This one, the substrate is structured information in the shape of relational tables using DataFusion and table providers, and SPARQL using WikiData as the source of the queries. And I'm going to just trigger a new task for the agent. Here I'm using Cloud Opus 4.8, and I'm going to ask it to create a full report about Red Victory ideas, projects, influences. So what I expose to this agent is a dynamic set of sources of tables as they are plugins implemented as WebAssembly components that provide tables to DataFusion, and they are exposed to this agent. Also, the WikiData SPARQL endpoint to make queries using SPARQL instead of SQL, and a set of display tools that the agent can use to display information to us that you are seeing here. I asked the agent before what resources it had available, and here you can see the virtual tables that they are, as I said, like WebAssembly components that you can see here, all of them. They are dynamically loaded on start and exposed as tables. So I have system information, DNS, weather, security, social media, dev, GitHub, NPM, economic data, data in general from our working data, transit data, Wikipedia, feeds, RSS, Atom, and service status stuff. Then each tool, each table provider can register dynamically skills. So these are the skills that are available to this agent. And the display tools are Markdown, table, chart, query. Directly just provide the JSON for a chart or draw a chart from the result of a query. So series, weather, map, array map, images, Mermaid Diagram, PDF, run a query, and SPARQL. Well, let's see how this goes. It's already gathering information, and let's leave it to continue. Drawing a diagram, drawing charts. And now I will show you other reports I created. Here I asked Gemini 3.5 Flash to create a report about the World Cup, and it uses WikiData a lot. They love to use WikiData. Show the venues, the stadium capacities, the structure of the championship, a chart of confederation allocation, a Markdown report, and a report on the new format. Then I asked GPT 5.5 about a report comparing Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and this one has like more development in trends, indicators, more or working data stuff, a map of the capitals, some key indicators, a comparison, and so a lot of more like indicator stuff kind of data. I asked the same to Kimike 2.6, which decided to show like some bar charts, the flags, a map, some key indicators. I asked Opus 4.8 to create a report about the Benfica soccer club, and it creates some charts, some history, key people, a map, using mostly Wikidata. I asked GLM 5.2 to create a report about Stuttgart, and it makes a list of headquarters, like a summary, recent mayors, sister cities, famous people, another report, the current weather, a map, using also a lot of Wikidata, the weather API, and some SQL over the weather. I asked DeepSeek for Pro to create a report about React. This one used NPM, GitHub, Wikipedia, Wikidata, create a nice Mermaid diagram, core concepts, hacker news, history and background, a weird release chart by version, key facts, key people, pretty detailed. The same to Mimo 2.5 Pro. This one I think is the smallest one of the models. Then I asked, this overview I already showed, a report about Alan Kay, its legacy, influence, awards, projects, influence table, key central ideas, project table, bibliography, a diagram of the influences since where he lives or where he was born, some basic facts, images, pretty detailed. And now let's see the last one, which probably is going to be similar. Influences and lineage, timeline, essays, core ideas and philosophy, and image. So as you can see, it's kind of like a deep research where all the sources are structured data dynamically exposed as SQL tables via DataFusion or as SPARQL endpoints. And yeah, it works pretty well. The only thing that's interesting is that it loves to use WikiData. And so you have to, in the system prompt and in the prompt, to tell it to use other sources. Some other details, the agent itself is, everything runs in the browser. The only thing that doesn't run in the browser is a proxy for the LLM calls and the virtual table providers, because they need network access and stuff like that. And it's built on top of the Tutuka framework, and the agent is also built with Rust, compiled to WebAssembly using WebAssembly components. And it's an exploration also of having a high-level representation inspired by hypermedia, HTTP, and emails for the internal transcript of the agent, and lowering it to the components you can see in the screen as like a functional operation, and also lowering it to a common transcript format that is then later lowered to the dialect of the model that is currently selected. You can switch models at any time, and the dialect is going to switch to that one. So yeah, I think the exploration is successful. The platform is extensible to any data source that can be exposed as a table or as a SPARQL endpoint. If you have any questions, just let me know.